and welcome to CNBC-TV18 and Intel present Future Proof Your Business. I'm Mridu Bhandari. On this special conversation series, we are deep diving into different facets of digital transformation that will drive businesses into the future. Well, according to industry estimates, about 56% of Indian enterprises are ready to adopt cloud services as the new normal. In fact, the current pandemic has been testament to the fact that those enterprises that were on cloud platforms were able to maintain business continuity with ease. They were able to enable remote working and were able to stay agile through successive lockdowns. So today we are focusing on this game-changing technology. And at the very outset, let's take a look at the journey of a leading cloud service provider from India that in fact has a global presence today, NTT Netmagic.
Hi, I'm Sharad Sanghi, the founder and CEO of NTT Netmagic. I've been associated with Netmagic since the inception in 1998, and it's been an amazing journey to take Netmagic from a startup in 1998 to India's largest managed hosting and cloud services provider in the country. Netmagic offers a whole range of private and public cloud solutions. These range from virtual private cloud, public cloud in partnership with Google, Amazon and Azure, and our own public cloud offering called Simply Cloud. In addition to this, we offer a range of managed services where we manage all aspects of infrastructure. We also offer various network services like SD-WAN. So basically software-defined networking, software-defined compute and software-defined storage, and completely managed with a layer of security and also with a layer of disaster recovery and business continuity. With the advent of various technologies like augmented and virtual reality, Internet of Things, AI and ML, and the explosion in social media, there's been a tremendous growth in data. This has spurred the demand for data centers in India. Today, India has about 375 megawatts of capacity. In the next 5 years, this is expected to triple to over 1,000 megawatts. Data localization has accelerated this growth because sensitive data and critical data must be hosted in the country. And therefore, many global players are entering India to set up data centers across the country. It has been noticed world over that most organizations are using more than one cloud. They use a combination of various public clouds like Google, Amazon and Azure, and they might also use other clouds like our Simply Cloud or their own private cloud. But the most important opportunity that arises from this is the ability to manage and govern across multiple cloud platforms. So Netmagic offers something what we call Simply Insight, which allows us to manage and monitor across multiple cloud platforms, thereby giving the clients a single pane of glass to be able to manage all the infrastructure across various cloud platforms. The biggest problem that enterprise customers have is they don't want to get locked into any service provider. So cloud computing offers a unique offering where they allow customers to scale up infrastructure and turn it down on the fly. It's also pay-per-use. So the elasticity and flexibility of pay-per-use makes cloud computing unique, and that is why most enterprise customers are moving to the cloud. Cloud computing is one method that clients deploy to future-proof themselves. I think it's very important for clients to adopt an open architecture and an open platform. The advantage of cloud computing is even if they make the wrong choice of service provider that does not offer openness, the contract is a short-term contract, and they can always switch to a provider that does offer them the right solutions. And therefore, I believe that is one of the ways that they can future-proof. So I think openness is very important. Platforms like Google's Anthos further accentuates that, because then you can develop, you can be on any cloud, but you can seamlessly migrate to another cloud of your choice. In case the cloud service provider does not meet your expectations, it is very easy for you to switch cloud providers using platforms like Anthos. Intel has been one of the most trusted and reliable partners for Netmagic for the last 22 years. It's also a global partner of entity across the world. Intel offers a range of solutions. 95% of the IT infrastructure deployed in our data centers have Intel inside. So most of our servers, storage, and network nodes are powered by Intel. Intel works with us at an early stage, so we are using the latest platform of Intel in our labs, including their DCPMM, or the persistent memory modules that we use in data centers, so that it enables us to offer solutions that we couldn't otherwise offer, including large TB of storage and RAM. Intel also offers next generation storage and memory solutions that allows us to address the varied needs of data management solutions for our clients worldwide. In addition to that, Intel has a very large ecosystem of ISVs, and because of that, any software that we want to deploy works seamlessly on the Intel platform. Intel is also partnering up with us in containerization and our new services pertaining to containers as a service. We hope that this relationship continues for the foreseeable future.
So those were some big trends and opportunities in the cloud services space. And to deep dive further into the cloudification of everything, I'm joined by a set of eminent industry experts today. Let me welcome my panel of experts. Prakash Mallya, Vice President and MD, Sales, Marketing and Communications Group at Intel India. Satsangi, Managing Director, HP Enterprise India. And Sharad Sanghi, MD and CEO of NTT Netmagic. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks very much for joining us here today on Future Proof Your Business. Cloud has indeed become the norm and the default operating model when it comes to delivering services. Sharad, if I may begin the conversation by asking you, as a leading cloud service provider, what is your perspective on cloudification of everything?
There is a cloudification of everything, whether it's compute, storage, and network. Everything has become software-defined. The advantages with this is that software-defined approach is that the clients no longer have long-term contracts. They can provision infrastructure and tear it down on the fly, and they can pay per use. NTT Netmagic's comprehensive range of cloud services are also fully managed and supplemented with security and disaster recovery services, so that the end client can outsource their mission-critical infrastructure and focus on their core applications. To manage multiple clouds effectively, we've also come out with a cross-cloud management platform called Simply Insight. This is a single pane of glass that a client can use to manage multiple clouds, whether there are multiple public clouds or even their private cloud.
Interesting, you brought up that trend about multi-cloud, and let me bring in Prakash as well. Prakash, like Sharad was saying, multi-cloud is the theme that's broadly emerging, where one has certain key workloads on premises in a private cloud and certain other workloads that are being leveraged through a public cloud. So at Intel, you work very closely with cloud service providers across the world. What is the view on multi-cloud, and how are you really enabling this multi-cloud operating environment?
When you look at the conversations that we are having with our customers, including the CIOs that we engage with, there are a few trends that come about. One is what you mentioned in terms of where do you place workloads. Some workloads like AI and analytics, as an example, lend themselves very well towards on-prem or being in a private cloud environment. But while others could be doing very well or well served in a public cloud environment. So there is always a balance between where you put which workload. So that's one part of it. The second part, especially in working from home environment that organizations are dealing with, is how do I make the environment or infrastructure really secure so that employees, customers, partners can engage without any risk. That's the other vector. But at the highest level, I feel in the journey of cloud, the customers are really looking for, how do I make the organization really high performing, really agile, and really flexible? When you look back at what Intel delivers in technology and innovation, we have been in the data center space for a couple of decades. In fact, our infrastructure runs a large part of the public cloud infrastructure globally. And when you look at that, there are a couple of areas that we have invested in. Number one is technology. Xeon Scalable Platforms is a great example of that. Industry standard, affordable, and really scalable. It caters to all the needs and requirements that we talked about on what the customers are really looking at. DC persistent memory, another innovation, 10 years in the making. It really helps you reimagine the infrastructure in the data center. And there are parts of this approach that we have enabled with our global partners like TCS, where we have a future-ready reference architecture, or with Wipro, where we are also trying to help customers deploy AI and analytics workloads on the cloud. So essentially, to summarize, cloud is accelerating. The consideration that customers and partners are putting on how to deploy cloud has not changed, but I think it has really become sharper over a period of last 6 months or so. And last is, Intel is deeply committed towards helping our customers and partners go through that journey to emerge a really high-performing organization.
So I'm coming to you. There is the mobile workforce of the future that is in the making right now, and the last 6 months have really been testament to the fact that remote working at scale is possible. So the workforce of the future is going to perhaps demand much more flexibility in terms of location, timings, etc. What, in your opinion, are the key challenges that are faced by enterprises around the world on this respect? And at HPE, how are you helping organizations mitigate some of these challenges for the future?
Around the world, the COVID pandemic has brought in the challenges to the livelihood, business, communities, and all these things. And with all these things, as a company whose purpose is to advance the way people live and work, HPE is responding with many initiatives to stabilize communities, customers, supporting our business and business challenges, to provide technology to the organization to adopt during this unprecedented time and accelerate them to recover, evolve, and thrive in their businesses. And we have moved all our technology, pre-sales, resources, and customer support engineer to ensure that we provide the customer business continuity. Second was the biggest challenge what we have seen during this time is during the pandemic, most of the board to the enterprises, they said that at this point of time, they have to preserve cash because they were not sure about how the future is going to be evolved and uncertainty of the future. And that's a place, again, HP has played a huge thing. And we have announced almost $2 billion of financing for our customer and partner to fight against COVID-19 financial challenges. At the last, I'll say that we will see that organization would start building intelligent enterprises, which attribute like always on. And it is completely a hybrid environment, always fast, automated, on demand. Hybrid by design and nature, because you just can't have one shoe fitting all. So you have to have a strategy which is fitting all on those things. And this is where we believe that customer will start looking at complete hybrid, automated, always on, always fast solution. And that's a place where HP has started working with our customer to provide the services to them.
Right. Well, fascinating insights from all of you there. Time to head into a quick break right now, but this exciting conversation on the cloudification of everything continues right here on CNBC-TV18 and Intel present Future Proof Your Business. Stay with us. Welcome back to CNBC-TV18 and Intel present Future Proof Your Business. Today, our focus is on cloud services and how these, coupled with other emerging technologies, can lead to a paradigm shift in government as well as businesses. Well, Prakash, let me come back to you. What are some of the new business frontiers that entrepreneurs are hoping to conquer by applying cloud services and coupling them with something like artificial intelligence?
If you look at data, 10 years back, we had 10,000 companies that were doing software globally. Now it's about 170 or 1,000 as per Forrester data. And 10 years from now, you're expected to have 1 million software companies. Just think about that for a moment. So that really means all of these software companies would most often be doing as a service. So the single biggest trend I see is everything becoming as a service. And that presents significant opportunity for a country like India. The second trend, if you look at deployment of technology, beyond cloud being the service delivery model, is that the latency becomes very crucial. And hence, compute would move to where the data is. And that's where the edge computing part would be evolving pretty rapidly. We see this as a significant opportunity. The industry sees this as a significant opportunity as well. And India, combined with the fact that cloud will be the service delivery model and data moves to where the compute is located from an edge point of view, would marry together to form business models which are very unique, very technology savvy, and can have a transformational impact for the country.
Right, absolutely. So adding to what Prakash was just saying, that while the first phase of cloudification revolved mainly around computing, the next one might as well be about networking. So in simple terms, how will the cloudification of networks and the edge really translate into business benefits?
As Prakash mentioned, that world is changing with trillions of connected devices, IoT, sensor and all these data is being generated at the edge. So somebody has to collect this data at the edge and then analyze this thing. So no matter what organization or enterprises are looking, they have to go with a hybrid strategy with certain cloud hybrid environment and also work at the intelligent edge so that they can collect the data, analyze at the edge and take the action.
Okay, so let me also shift focus to the benefit of cloud as far as public services are concerned. Prakash, the government of India also in a big way is driving the shift to cloud. What sort of public-private collaborations are needed in the ecosystem to really unlock the true value of cloud, particularly for delivering services at the last mile when it comes to critical services like, say, education or healthcare or agriculture-related inputs? What are the sort of collaborations that are required?
I believe some part of digitization journey has already started a few years back. You see that in Social Security, Aadhaar, the largest digital ID project anywhere in the world. You talk about GST, making it a single country in a very long time, and UPI as a digital payment. So some parts of it to drive scale has already been set in place, and they're all working towards helping the ecosystem scale. And when I look at future forward, how do I see this evolve? I feel the next step to this would be vertical specific infrastructure. So you see that in National Digital Health Mission that the government has announced, as well as other verticals, agriculture, education, all of these will have vertical specific engines of growth or engines of infrastructure that the ecosystem can innovate on top of. And I believe that is a perfect example of public and private collaboration. There is a standard or infrastructure that is set up by the government, and then industry innovates on top of it. So you can build solutions, startups can provide very unique offerings to customers across the country, or you can find new ways of delivering services to any part of the country. So I see this as a perfect combination of government doing infrastructure development and industry innovating on top of it.
Right. Okay, indeed. Let's also spend a quick minute on the cost factor and the return of investment. Sharad, if I may ask you, is ROI still a valid metric for organizations to measure?
I don't think they should even look at that aspect, because whether you use cloud or whether you use dedicated infrastructure, there is ROI because you're outsourcing your infrastructure requirements to someone else. I think cloud is essential because the advantages that it offers. So with the software-defined approach and with cloud, what happens is clients no longer have to pay for long-term contracts. They don't have to get stuck in a long-term contract. If they want to try out something new, they can provision infrastructure on the fly. If it doesn't work, they can tear it down, and they only pay per use. So the agility that cloud brings in far outweighs anything else in terms of ROI that I would say.
Okay, we are completely timed out on this conversation. So I'm going to give each one of you 30 seconds to tell me what is the one key innovation or service that you think will dominate the cloud for the next 3 to 5 years. If we can start with you, Som.
I think cloud is an experience, Mridu, and all the enterprises and customers are looking how they can have the differentiated experience when they get into the cloud journey. And we at HP believe that HP GreenLake provide that right insight for these enterprise customer to see the experience and entire ecosystem in a hybrid environment.
All right, Sharad, what about you?
That both containers and serverless computing, basically these abstract applications away from the host environment, these are key innovation and service offerings that are likely to dominate the cloud landscape for the next 2 to 3 years.
Mridu, I feel the as a service model will accelerate. The CapEx to OpEx journey is what is going to define the future. And the investment that Intel has made in the last 52 years of our existence through Moore's Law is to make infrastructure more affordable, more capable, more secure, more agile. And that's why we have played such a foundational role in the journey of cloud.
All right. Well, good luck to all of you in these unprecedented times. Thank you, gentlemen, for sharing those fascinating insights into how businesses can future-proof themselves using cloud services. That's a wrap for this edition of CNBC-TV18 and Intel Present Future-Proof Your Business. We'll be back with lots more next time. Until then, stay safe. Goodbye.